Engage universities. I think it's quite an appropriate title for this event. Engagement has been one of the themes of travel for us over the last 12 months from our perspective as a travel supplier to the sector. Perhaps I should explain why. A few years ago, our challenge was actually getting people interested in travel. Travel had a bit of a reputation, maybe it still does, for being hard to manage in universities, and it requires a disproportionate amount of effort to get any results. We struggled in the early days to get people interested in what we did, and we struggled a little bit to develop relationships that worked for us as a supplier and for the universities as customers. But we found that when people engaged with us and worked really hard with us and invested time in the relationship, rather than keeping us at arm's length, we started to achieve some measurable results for people. We used to have very few of those close client relationships. But today, I would say in the last 18 months, it's been very different. We've seen a very different level of engagement across the whole sector. I guess we can put this down to a number of factors. Perhaps it's because of the role travel can play in helping universities to recruit overseas students. Perhaps it's about the competition between universities and the fact that universities now need to include overseas travel or overseas study as part of the curriculum, and travel can play a role in that as well. Perhaps it's because everyone has to report their Scope 3 carbon emissions, so using a travel supplier can significantly help you to do that. Or perhaps it's the need to control costs a little better. But perhaps it's also down to the two university frameworks, the LUPC one and the SUPC national one, that have made it easier for travel buyers to select a high-quality supplier and work with them in partnership. I'd also like to think that our suppliers have played a role a little bit in helping there. From our perspective, we certainly invested a lot of time and energy thinking about what universities really need, how to design the services that bookers want, and we've tried to invest in designing a range of services and quality services for bookers so that they can get the service they need in the way that they want it. We've also tried to help procurement teams to measure the results and manage the travel programme more effectively. Today, we now work with 70 universities in the UK. In the last 6 months, I got someone from my team to add this up yesterday, we had 8,000 unique individuals made a booking with Key Travel in the last 6 months from the university customer base. And in addition to all those people we engage with, the procurement teams have increasingly sought our advice on how to deliver best practice or how to solve their specific challenges. Many of them bringing us into the heart of managing that travel programme. To give a few examples, in the last 12 months we've worked in partnership with a number of customers to work on compliance. We've got several universities that are now getting close to 100% compliance with using the travel supplier. We've helped people review their approval processes to try and make it easier for people to book travel. We've helped people to redesign their payment solutions and try and take cost out of that end-to-end cost of travel that adds up to a lot more than just the transaction cost. We've helped some people to increase online booking, not just rail, which is relatively easy, but air and hotel as well, where we're getting some significant adoption of online, maybe 50–60% in some cases for our universities of online booking for air and hotel. We've helped people to reduce their insurance costs, and we've helped people to take significant amount of workload away from themselves in terms of compiling carbon emission reports. Overall, though, the overriding theme is that we've seen the amount of engagement, focus and energy that procurement teams have put into travel in the last 12 months increase, which is great. So it's not just about the £330 million that sorry to steal your headline, Mark, but the report suggests that the sector is spending £330 million on travel. It's not just the £330 million. It's the cost of managing travel from end to end that's important to people, not just the transactions. Of course, there's a lot more to do, which is one of the reasons why we come here at events like this, to talk to each other about best practice, share our best ideas and try and learn from each other about what to do, what's coming next. But above all, we're here at this event to engage, and I thank Mark and Betty from Public Sector Travel for putting the event together.